Hello. Welcome to anovelconsole, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me, as always, is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Hello.
How are you doing today, wife?
I am okay. How are you, husband?
I'm good. I'm way too full.
Oh my gosh, same. Getting gift cards for Christmas is really nice, but it allows us to order more food than we normally would. And I essentially brought home my entire fucking entree because we ate too much leading up to the entree.
Yeah, we went to Olive Garden for our post-Christmas dinner.
Yes.
Because we didn't
Courtesy of siblings.
Yep. Yeah. We didn't get to spend any time together during Christmas.
No, we didn't. We're not doing this again. We've already discussed it. Doesn't matter what's happening. We're not spending it apart again.
What did you do?
I went to Georgia all by myself. Not even the dog went with me. And it was really sad. It was nice, but it was sad.
Yeah, I stayed here.
It's bittersweet.
I had to work.
Yeah.
So I got to enjoy some time with my customers.
And your family.
And my family.
Some of your family.
I actually did have a really good time with my family.
I just wasn't there.
Yeah, it was me, grandma, grandpa, my two aunts, and my uncle, and then my other cousin came. And we had a pretty good time. We just pretty much talked shit, drank, and the usual.
That's always fun.
Christmas shenanigans.
Man, I didn't have an ounce of alcohol.
That's
the
crazy.
whole time I was up there. Not an ounce.
We had poquito, we had mead, and Tony had pitorro.
I didn't have anything.
So,
what's that?
Those fermented drinks that he had on top of his fridge in his old apartment that one time.
I don't remember that. I got really trashed that night.
So,
I don't remember anything except puking.
So he had like a passion fruit one that he brought out. That should just tasted like juice. But at the end, you felt a slight little burn.
It's like how I got fucked up that night.
Mm-hmm. I tried it. I was like, oh, this is dangerous.
Don't do it.
No, but it was good. I asked him where he got it. He said he got it from a friend who works with him. So there's no real possibility of us getting a bottle, unfortunately.
That's okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need anything that tastes like juice and me forget that it's alcohol ever again.
No.
Never, ever. No. Oh, no.
So long story short.
Bad time.
It was the first time Karradyne was meeting my cousin.
Yeah, I think we'd only been together for like a month or two.
Yeah, and
it was not long.
We went to his apartment to drink and stuff, and I bought Karradyne 2 steel reserves. And she drank the first one. She practically chugged it. And she's like, oh, can you open the other one for me?
In my defense, I had no cell service. I didn't want to be the person that asked for their Wi-Fi password. And they were speaking Spanish. And I do not speak Spanish. I'm very sorry. Even 4.5 years later, I still don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, you still don't speak Spanish.
So I'm just sitting there on the couch, living my best life, drinking and staring at the wall.
And you asked me to open the other one, which was what?
It was like Hawaiian punch or something.
Yeah.
Fruity.
It was like fruit punch.
Yeah.
And I opened and I took a sip and I told you, be careful.
Be careful. And we had been eating snacks. He made like tuna dip and tuna dip. Tuna dip.
It's like chicken dip, but with tuna. It was good.
It was good, but I regretted it. I regretted everything.
And you chugged the whole thing.
Yeah.
Fell asleep.
Yeah.
And my cousin Tony says, "Oh,
if
wait."
he had just left me alone.
He says, "Wake her up.
No.
Tell her to go to the bed." And I woke you up, and you shot up. And you're like, "I'm gonna be sick."
Yeah.
And you ran to the bathroom, and Tony and I kept drinking, and we could hear you throwing up.
No, I hadn't puked yet.
No?
No, I fell asleep on the bathroom floor, and you came to check on me, and that's when I got sick.
Because Tony was telling me she's been in there for very long. Just go check on her.
Sometimes a girl's got to go, okay? Come on, Tony.
It had been like half an hour.
Yeah, I was asleep on the bathroom floor.
And we didn't hear anything.
That floor, that cold floor on your face feels so good.
So I went to check, and you're like sprawled out on the floor. and I wake you up.
I would just like to go on the record and say that is the first and only time in my life that that has ever happened. I have never been that messed up before. Never before, never since. Woo.
Uh,
Woo.
so how did you get to throw it up?
You woke me up the second time, and it was hot pink.
You were like, get out.
Yep. Oh man.
So I went and just stood at the bar with Tony because he had like
I got it all out.
a bar in his house. And we were just drinking and talking. And over our drinking and talking, we could hear you throw it up.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, she's throwing up. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's good. Let her just get it all out. And after that, I just tell her to lay in the bed and go to sleep.
No, we left.
And on our way back, you were like,
I was reclined in your old janky car. Like,
Yeah,
I'm so
in my-
sorry. I'm so sorry.
in my Mitsubishi Lancer, my 2004 Mitsubishi Lancer,
That thing
covered
was beaten up
covered in salt rust
with no heat.
with no heat. It didn't have any heat. And you were just on the seat, laid back, like, I'm sorry, I threw up.
I was so embarrassed.
Sorry, I threw up.
I know I apologized to Tony on the way out too. Like, I'm so sorry. Oh yeah. Anyway,
We both didn't care.
I was really embarrassed. I mean, I didn't know him. I didn't want to turn you off because we weren't that far into it.
So it was funny because then, like a year or two later, we did New Year's at his house.
Oh God, yeah.
And
With my white ass friends.
and it was like 5 a.m, and Tony and I were just getting started drinking.
We were all ready to go.
After a whole night of drinking, we had just gotten started drinking, and you were all like, "Let's go."
Yeah, we were over it.
I was like, "Damn it!
No.
I just want to keep drinking."
Nope.
No,
No.
you white people can't drink.
No, we can't.
No, it's weird because every time Tony and I get together, and we always drink, but Tony's weird with his alcohol, so he doesn't drink everything like I do. He even stopped drinking IPAs.
Really?
Yeah, you knew how he used to love them?
Yeah.
He says, I can't drink them anymore.
What? We're all getting old.
Must be.
sucks.
It must be. Like,
Sucks a lot.
that one day he came here and I had sake and we were drinking sake like halfway through the bottle. He's like, I can't do it anymore. I just feel like the grains of rice are in my throat.
Oh, wow.
And I gave him, because I showed him, I was like, hey, I got some mead. Have you ever tried it? He says, no, I haven't tried it. I go, all right, then just let me know when you're ready. I'll give you a little cup. And because we drink a little bit of coquito, we had a couple of shots of the pitorro, and I'm going to get myself like my 5th glass of mead. And I asked him, like, do you want a cup now? He says, yeah, just a little bit. I'm like, all right, that's fine, just a little bit. And he drinks. He's like, oh my God, this is so bad.
It's not bad.
I'm like,
It's like really fermented wine.
it's very fermented and very sweet too.
Yeah, it's real sweet.
And I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah, no, I can't. I'm going to try to drink it, but I can't. And like he had like 3 more sips of it. He's like, here, I can't anymore. I was like, all right, that's fine. I'll drink it. To me, it's delicious. I don't know. I don't know if it's because he's getting old or his tastes are getting more refined. But yeah, every time we get together, if it's not beer, we can't. If it's not beer or whiskey, we can't just go ham like we were in New Year's.
Yeah, you don't need to go ham anymore anyway. It's
Yeah,
fine.
no.
Our going ham days need to be over.
I'm getting old.
We're going to go ham for New Year's Eve, though.
We are. What are we doing?
We are going to the Cloak and Blaster, so the restaurant where we had the Hobbit brunch.
That was episode 3.
Yeah,
I think.
back before we got married.
Yeah.
It was like
You
in
were-
September before we got married
You
in
were
October.
still fiance on the intro.
I was. So we're going to their New Year's Eve event. It's dragons and fairies themed, and costumes are heavily encouraged. I really want to wear my Hobbit costume, but that top is a corset, and I can barely breathe. So we're either gonna have to loosen it the fuck up, or I just don't need to wear it because there are multiple like tapas options included in our it's like an exclusive menu that they're doing for that night. But
like
didn't they
small
say it was
plates?
small plates? Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean tapas.
I thought
'Cause it's-
tapas and small plates were the same thing.
No, they're
Oh,
different.
I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Small plates. and bottomless exclusive cocktails and some other thing, some other drink that they'll give to everybody
So it's like a special mead that they have for that.
night, that event.
Well, not that event, for that tier of tickets.
Oh, okay.
Because there's 2 tiers. There's like, they take the $45 one and then the 100.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Nellie and Noel, for the Christmas present. We're going to the New Year's Eve party. Because we definitely would not have splurged like that otherwise.
I mean, we thought about it.
But I mean, we literally saw the event and she was like, hey, I'm sending you Christmas money. And we're like, this is a sign.
Yeah.
This is a sign. We have to go. And we're going to go with our friends, Matt and Marla. Hello, Matt and Marla. Don't know if you're listening sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I think it's like that tier has obviously the unlimited cocktails, because it's specific cocktails.
Yes.
It's not like you can have whatever the hell you want from the
Yeah,
bar.
and then it's like 10% off whatever the hell you want.
beers.
Yeah.
And they also give you I think
You
the
get your
wording is a
midnight
sampler.
toast. A sampler?
A sampler of specific mead that
I don't
they
remember.
have.
The bee nectar or something.
Yeah. And then the other thing is just the flute of champagne or apple juice for
your midnight toast. I'm like, why the fuck would you want to toast with apple juice, even if you don't like champagne?
I mean, your dad would
Can I
toast.
get champagne and apple juice mixed?
Your dad would toast with apple juice because he
No,
doesn't
he
drink.
wouldn't, because he doesn't like fruit.
Oh
He
my
wouldn't
God.
drink the apple juice.
So?
He would need some water.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Your dad.
I know. He doesn't eat fruit. He'll eat some fruity things, fruity flavored things. Some, very rarely.
I'm sure that if we give him that dessert that we get from rolled ice cream with the fruits and stuff, with the
I
condensed
wonder
milk,
if he would like the tart from Publix.
I'm pretty sure he would.
I think he would pick the fruit off of it and just eat the cream and the crust.
I think he would like it because the fruits are coated in syrup. And
super, super sweet.
syrup.
Put him into a coma.
Yeah.
Anyway, we came on here to talk about Christmas for a very short episode.
Well, no, before that we got something else important
Oh,
that
yes.
we have to do.
We came on to talk about Christmas and the Patreon poll results from the Backlog of Doom.
Yes. I'm so happy you were able to say that without looking at a script or anything, because I
Look
wasn't
at
going to be
me.
able to.
I did a good job for once.
Okay, so we have the Backlog of Doom. We had...
Thank you to whoever the hell finally voted for me. Jeez. how many more votes do you have than I do?
2. 2 more votes than you do.
Okay. Well, it was really heavily skewed there in the beginning. You had way more.
Yeah. So for the Backlog of Doom, we both chose 4 books and 4 games that we're going to review on the final episode.
No, we chose 4 books and 4 games for you to choose one
for us to review
in February.
in February.
At the end of the month.
Wait, was it February?
I thought it was February. It needs to be February because aren't we doing a special thing in January with someone?
Oh, right.
You know, I can't. I don't have time to do 2 special things.
Yeah, we got to.
I suck with deadlines. We need to figure out a date for that because I got to start reading. Yeah.
We got to figure out what book you're going to do.
Hello, friend. We need you to tell us what dates work for you.
So for Karradyne, we had the Peasant's Dream by Melanie Dickerson, Among the Beast and Briars by Ashley Poston, The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow, and Simmer Down by Sarah Smith. So it came down to 2, The Peasant's Dream by Melanie Dickerson and Among the Beast and Briars by Ashley Poston.
Thank God Among the Beast and Briars beat The Peasant's Dream.
Why?
Because after I read that description, I was like, oh man, this is going to be really bad. I might just take it on to Bright Light now. Get no money for it at all.
Now it's no longer on the backlog.
This book is trash. We can't give you any money. We'll happily take the donation.
So yeah, we got Among the Beast and Briars for Karradyne. And for me, I had 4 games. Attack of the Saiyans, Blue Reflection, Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139.
That's so obnoxious.
And Cyberpunk 2077.
What do you think won?
Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, no shit.
No, but
Nier was a close-ish second.
No, they were both neck and neck until today.
Really?
Yeah, today.
You didn't go in and throw the vote, did you?
No. No. Today, 2 people came in and voted for Cyberpunk 2077. So Cyberpunk won. So I'm
Thank
sorry.
you to those of you who paid attention to our reminders that we posted today.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, Near Replicant version 1.22474487139.
I'm not sorry because I don't want to hear that said multiple times in an episode.
I am going to play this game and review it on an episode out of spite, just so that I can keep saying that.
You can do that episode by yourself.
It's probably gonna.
This is just a console episode.
It's gonna be like an hour and 40-minute
Oh,
long
yeah,
episode.
because you had to say that so many times.
Yep,
That's why it's going to be long.
exactly. So those are the winners. It is Cyberpunk 2077 for me, and Among the Beast and Briars for Karradyne. And we'll have that episode out on February 28th, which is a Monday, which gives us exactly 2 months to work on it. So, which is great because Cyberpunk is kind of long. What else were we going to do today?
We were going to talk about 2 Christmas memories apiece. One really good Christmas memory and one not so good Christmas memory.
Okay.
I'll let you start.
Okay. We're not going to do any music or anything because that would require us looking for a Christmas song.
We're still in Christmas mode. We're just going to completely take the week off, but here you get a baby episode.
I mean, it's
a nonsense episode.
It's probably going to be like a 30-minute episode, so it's what, like a drive to work episode?
Yeah, that's what it is.
So, all right, do you want to start, or do you
I
want
said
me to
you
start?
can start.
Okay, I'll start. Do you want me to do a good memory or the bad memory?
Do your bad memory first.
The bad memory? Okay, so this bad memory, it's my mom reminds me of it every once in a while. So one year for Christmas, I think I just asked for one thing, and one thing only. That's it.
No.
That's it, just one thing. And this was at a time where I was already a teenager. I think I must have been like 13 or 14, so they had stopped buying me game consoles and video games, except for Christmas and my birthday and whatever. And I had saved up my money to buy a GameCube because they had gone down the price to $100. And I did a lot of odd jobs here and there to just rack up $100. And like racking up $100 at $5 and $10 a piece.
How old were you?
Like 13 or 14.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of difficult, especially without a car. So, and I remember because my grandma, Maritere, she was very proud of me for buying that GameCube, for saving up all the money and buying it myself. I was so happy that I bought it. I took it to her house. I plugged it in. I showed her everything that I got with it, and she was super proud of everything. And that I remember, I think it was that same year, I asked for 007 Everything or Nothing for GameCube, which I actually have now. I asked my parents for that, and they got me the game. But they got it for PlayStation 2.
No.
And I was so excited. I was like, it's Everything or Nothing. It's James Bond. The game looks great. I'm going to finally play it. I open the gift. I take out the game. I'm like, it's for PlayStation 2. I tell them, it's for PlayStation 2. Did you buy me a PlayStation 2? So I got really excited.
Yes!
And they were like,
no. Bless their hearts.
So I'm like, okay, do you guys have the receipt so we can return it? Like, no, we don't have the receipt either.
What the hell? Why wouldn't they keep the receipt?
Because it was the game that I asked for. And
oh, no.
To them,
they didn't,
To them, it was all PlayStation.
Yeah, no.
And my mom says, oh, your dad went to GameStop at Plaza Las Americas, which is 45 minutes away from where we live.
No.
And he says, yeah, give me the new James Bond game para PlayStation.
No.
And I was like, oh my God.
Your worst nightmare.
I was devastated.
No.
And then I just kept, I just kept trying to goad them into buying me a PlayStation 2, which
didn't work.
Didn't work. I didn't get a PlayStation 2 till I was 16.
But did you convince them to go back to GameStop to turn on the waterworks?
No.
So man, you totally could have cried and said, I only have GameCube. My parents gave me a PlayStation 2.
So I took the game and I put it in my collection with all the other GameCube games, and that was the only PlayStation game.
That's hilarious and so sad.
And the entire time I was like, I'm going to save up for a PlayStation 2. I'm going to save up. I never saved up for a PlayStation 2.
Oh my
I got like a summer
gosh.
job one year, first check. My first check for that summer job was a Nintendo DS and a PlayStation 2. That's what I spent the entire check on.
Wow.
And the next check was just for games. And
Oh
so
my
I only got
gosh.
2 checks because it was like a 1 month work thing.
Right.
But that game just sat there and sat there and sat there. Got to the point where I rented the game for GameCube, beat it, and I still had
Bless.
the
You still had
PlayStation.
the PlayStation 2 game. I can't. Did
And
they
I
at
think
least get you anything else for Christmas?
I
Or did
think
they?
they I think
Okay.
they did.
They didn't only get you a game that you couldn't even play.
Imagine my sister's playing with everything, and I'm just sitting there
just
staring
sitting
at a
there staring at
PlayStation.
your game case. Take the disc out, look at it, read the
manual.
book. Yeah. Oh God, that's awful.
And see, the thing is, back then, I don't remember who the license holder for James Bond was or who the developer was, but the games that were released under the James Bond license for that generation were amazing. They were Bond movie level games to the point where the fans were just asking MGM to release movies with obviously Pierce Brosnan because his likeness was used in those games
Right.
as the star and actually make those into movies because they were really good James Bond stories. Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, and Everything or Nothing. Eventually, they did one for Sean Connery for From Russia with Love, which was actually really good too. They did take liberties based on the movies, but it still came out awesome. So yeah, I was extremely disappointed, super sad, and oh man,
That's awful.
like there was I think it was like a year ago when my parents were here. My mom was like, "Oh, do you remember that one time for Christmas that I got you a game for a console you didn't have?" And she starts laughing. I'm like, "Yeah, I remember. I would still have that game if it wasn't for the power of GameStop." All right, so tell me your bad memory
Oh
first.
gosh, mine is kind of like a combination of Christmases. So when I was little, I got sick every holiday, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving. I was sick, like puking up my gut sick. I don't know how this happened to me, but I remember very specifically this one Christmas. I woke up and I was so excited because I wasn't sick. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm finally not sick on Christmas. And I remember I had this really pretty, like satin or silky red nightgown, and it had like white lace up top. And I think either my parents were still together or they were just still nice enough to each other that my dad was there on Christmas morning. And I remember him being in my mom's bedroom, like with us while we were waiting to go out for Santa. So I think they must have still been together, surely. But I remember I got like I don't remember if it was slippers or a stuffed animal, but I think it was slippers. I was obsessed with cats, and I got these fluffy white cat slippers, and they had the cutest little realistic faces. And I was just
And they were
so
like
excited.
an adult size 9.
Oh my gosh. No, I was wearing them. I'm like, we're still being held hostage in the bedroom. And I'm just so excited. I'm not sick. And I got these awesome kitty slippers. And I got sick.
Because you were so excited.
I think so. I started puking. And then I honestly, like, I thought something was wrong with me. And I think my whole family thought something was wrong with me too. Like, my mom would take me to the doctor. And I think it was just that I kept getting viruses every Christmas.
I can just picture you as a little girl going like,
So
I'm not
excited.
sick. I'm not sick. It's Christmas.
And I have my kitty slippers. Blech. Yeah. So I very distinctly remember that little red nightgown, my cute kitty slippers, being so excited that I wasn't sick and then getting sick. Oh, poor me.
This has been a very throw up heavy episode.
We didn't expect it to go there.
No, it was supposed to
No.
be nice and Christmassy.
Yeah, that was
That's as bad as it got. You threw up.
no, I remember the Christmas where I realized Santa wasn't real.
Oh boy.
Yep. My mother was not married to my father anymore. She was married to someone else. And they always put the milk and cookies on like this little table where we had the phone. And it was you could see it from the bedroom. I think I was just in there with my sister. I don't think it was my bedroom. I don't know. I had like every bedroom in that house at one point. I was always moving around. But I saw him through the crack in the door, biting the cookies and drinking the milk and then putting it back half eaten and
You're-
half drunk. I was so upset. So
That was
upset.
your mom's ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you saw Santa Claus and that's why you were upset.
Nope.
No?
Nope. It was definitely not Santa.
And you don't remember what they got you for Christmas that one year?
Nope.
No?
Not a damn thing. No kitty slippers.
See, kids, if you're listening to this, shame on you. You really shouldn't be listening
No,
to this.
you really should not let children listen to this, please.
But Santa is real.
Yeah.
I talked to him before Christmas Day so he could help me with Karradyne's presents. So Santa is real. Sometimes if you see your dad or your mom eating the cookies and drinking
They
the
just
milk,
got hungry.
or they're also helping Santa because he was so full and he didn't want the cookies and milk to be thrown out that, he asked them, it's like, hey.
Food shortages.
And sometimes, he's in such a
Can't
hurry
waste.
because has to do with the entire world. Sometimes he leaves the presents in the closet. He gets confused. Instead of putting them under the tree, he puts them in the closet or in your parents'
Okay,
car.
shut up. Just tell us your good memory. Come on. This is too elaborate. The children should not be listening to this.
Yeah. My nice memory. Oh boy, I can think of two particular ones. There's a third one, but that's Three Kings Day, and I don't think they're related.
A lot of people don't know what that is. I didn't know what it was until I met you. I was like, what? We celebrate those people?
Second Christmas? Yeah, usually it's
When is that again?
January 6th, the day of
Okay.
the insurrection.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So it's no more Three Kings Day. Now it's
Woo,
Insurrection.
the Insurrection Day.
Day. Yeah. So I think the first one, I remember my mom gave me a KB Toys or Toys R Us.
Gift card?
No, shopper. And she said, okay, I need you to highlight everything that you want, and we're going to mail this to Santa Claus.
Oh my God.
Okay. So I pretty much highlighted everything.
Of course you did.
Star Wars toys, video games, and pretty much that's it. Just Star Wars toys and video games.
Oh man. They didn't have any Godzilla?
And at that point,
Or you weren't into Godzilla yet?
I was still obsessed with Godzilla, but by that time, Godzilla wasn't a thing in the zeitgeist anymore.
I see.
So I remember that year. I woke up. We went downstairs, and I pretty much got all the Star Wars things that I circled, which was cool because I got Han Solo, Luke, Leia. I got old Obi-Wan with the lightsaber.
Nice.
Then I think I got Darth Vader too, and I remember I got a bunch of games too for the Nintendo 64, and I was kind of disappointed in two of them, because I had circled F-Zero for the 64, which I had never heard of, and I still kind of somewhat don't know what it is. I know it's a racing game by Nintendo. And the other one was Cruising 2044. It's a racing game. I didn't get those, but I did get Extreme G, which is a motorcycle racing game, which I never figured out how to play. And Star Wars Rogue Squadron. That one was really good. Yeah, that was a really good Christmas. Tell me a good one of yours. I got one more. Which
I'm going to cry. I'm already thinking about it.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
I've got lots of good Christmas memories. I just always think about, like having the whole family together, and we don't have that anymore. Oh God, I'm so emotional.
I mean, you somewhat do, just in two different houses.
It's just,
well, three, counting your sisters.
yeah, I and I'm not even so much. I'm not thinking about like my parents not being together because God knows they don't have any business being together. And like that Christmas that I just told you about is one of the only times that I remember them being together. So that's not anywhere near where I'm going with this. But just like us being kids, you know. Um, but I remember, and this I was already in college. Um, so like one of the last Christmases where we were all still like somewhat dependent ages. Somewhat dependent. So my sister, my little brother, and I were all home for Christmas, and my mom. We normally opened our gifts like on Christmas Eve, like late that night, and we always watched It's a Wonderful Life, which you hate. But my mom gave us all of our gifts, and then we all had one last gift. She gave us all envelopes, and it was puzzle pieces, and it made a Mickey Mouse head because we were going to Disney. That was awesome. That
So
was the
kinda
last
like
family Disney trip we had. Well, they came down to visit me when I worked there, but
kind of like what my cousin did with my
yes, with
uncle and
their
aunt.
Paris trip that didn't get to happen yet.
I think it's
'Cause,
gonna happen soon.
finally?
I think it's gonna happen soon.
Because, a pandemic started like 3 months later.
Yeah,
Yay!
like a month and a half later.
Well, it was technically already starting in China.
So
I wasn't done.
That's a nice story. I didn't know
wasn't
that.
done.
I know.
Yeah,
Continue.
It was awesome. And then this Christmas, because it was my first Christmas with my older brother.
Aw,
Yeah,
you're already crying.
I am. Ah, it's just really nice, and he's just the sweetest person, and he's not resentful at all, and it's just nice.
That's good. I'm
Yeah.
happy for you.
That was the only, well, not the only, but that made it just worth it enough that we weren't together on Christmas. Just enough.
You get to spend.
You've had a couple Christmases with me now. This was his first one.
Yeah, that's true. This is the first one.
Okay, as I go wipe my tears away.
So I do remember another one, and it was a when I got the PlayStation 1. I was
Not the PlayStation 2.
Now the PlayStation. I never got the PlayStation 2 until I bought it. I was 11 when I got it, so it was late into the PlayStation 1's life cycle. I think the 2 might have been announced, or it was on its way out.
Because you can play the old games on the new ones,
Not
but
always.
you can't. Oh, but you can never play the new games on the old ones.
Exactly.
Right.
Except for Xbox, this generation of Xbox, the Series X, because they're not doing any exclusive Series X games. They're both compatible backwards.
We're not talking about Xbox. We're talking about PlayStation.
So yeah, so it was a PlayStation 1. My parents got me a Hot Wheels racing game, which was actually fun because you had like guns and missiles and shit to shoot at the other cars with.
So much fun.
And the other one was a rocket power skateboarding game, kind of like Tony Hawk. The problem is, because my parents are gaming illiterate, they bought me a PlayStation, they bought me games, they didn't get me a memory card, so I couldn't save my progress.
Hubby, they're not video game illiterate.
They are.
I mean, everybody who's not a gamer is video game illiterate. Because I wouldn't know that either. I mean, I literally had to, looking for your Christmas presents, I had to walk up to the counter and be like, I'm here for my husband. I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you tell me if you have this? And just show them my phone. Do you have this? What about this?
But
What does this mean?
the thing is, I eventually got a memory card, and I don't remember buying it, and I don't remember my parents buying it either. So I have no idea where it came
Oh
from.
my gosh. The video game fairies gave it to you.
Oh my god, if they were real,
The video game fairies,
yeah.
you wouldn't have had to buy a PlayStation. You would have been gifted two
I know. I would
instead
have.
of just one.
I would have been gifted a PlayStation 2 and an Xbox at the same time. I
Yep.
would have been so happy.
Yep.
But no, those eventually came after with my own hard work and money. I hate being an adult.
Speaking of PlayStations, I was watching 90 Day Fiancé today,
Oh boy.
and one of the ladies, Usman's woman, she's finally in Africa, and she gave him a PlayStation 5 and a MacBook, and he still wouldn't sleep with her.
What?
He still wouldn't sleep with her. He literally took the PlayStation out of the box and was kissing the PlayStation, but he still hasn't kissed her.
Oh my god.
And then he took it back to his room.
What the hell?
Yes. So you would have found part of that episode somewhat entertaining.
I would have. But I'm trying to remember what was the one for Three Kings Day, but I can't remember it at all. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, I mean, we meant for this to be short anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Still longer than what we thought it was going to be.
I wanted to share it, but I really can't think of what it was. It'll come eventually. If it comes down, I'll just put it in intro topics and talk about it next week. Which next week we're doing the best books and games we've experienced in 2021.
I was about to say, it ain't 2020 no more. Thank God.
The worst books and games we've experienced in 2021. So it'll be kind of like a mix between what made worse and better in one episode. So it's probably going to be a kind of long episode. Are you ready for that?
I am.
Also, we're going to be announcing the what we're going to be doing for a giveaway on the next episode. And eventually after that, or maybe at that episode, we'll be telling you guys how to enter and get your chance to win. All right. So do you have anything you would like to share before we get into some housekeeping?
No.
No? Okay. So let's go ahead and get into some housekeeping. First up, Patreon, $2 a month, gets you extra episodes, gets you the chance to vote into our polls and all that stuff. Starting the new year, we're going to start adding a lot more content into it. We did get an awesome gift, which is going to provide a lot of content probably throughout the entire year. So
you setting really high expectations.
Well,
you say this stuff. You got to say it once we have followed through.
No. It's
before we follow through.
It's going to happen because it's going to be something that I'm probably going to take care of. And then all we just need is your opinion on it.
I want to say 2022 is going to be everybody's year, but I don't want to jinx it yet. So we're not going to say it. We're going to walk in gently.
So
quietly.
A lot more content is going to be coming into Patreon starting the year. We are also planning on starting streaming early 2022. It's probably just going to be me most of the time.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Karradyne's going to join every once in a while. So just remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole and on Facebook at facebook.com/anovelconsole. Don't forget, you can also tell your friends that they can find the podcast on most major podcast streaming platforms and that they can also listen on YouTube by searching for A Novel Console.
Running out of breath?
Yes. And don't forget to tell them to subscribe, like, and comment, which we would like if they did. You should also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts so that more people can find us. And all you Spotify listeners, you can now leave star ratings on Spotify.
Nice.
So go ahead and give us your rating. It's really easy. Just go into the podcast feed where all the episodes are there, and you can just click on the star and rate us and whatever.
You know what else we're going to do in the new year?
What?
We're going to rewrite your housekeeping section.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah.
You can take care of that because you're the English major.
You still don't listen to me sometimes.
You can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com, and we will at anovelconsole@gmail.com, and we will read your email on this show. And our art was done by Metamorphic A. You can find her on Instagram, and her link is in the show notes. And with that, I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas, and I hope you guys...
Or whatever you celebrate.
Or whatever you celebrate.
If you celebrate.
Happy Hanukkah too.
Happy December 25th.
Yeah, anything you guys celebrate. I hope it was a great time. I hope you enjoyed spending time with your family, and we hope that you
have a happy new year.
That you had great presents, and we also hope that you have an amazing new year, and I hope 2022 brings you everything that you want and more.
Be careful.
That's all I'm saying. It's nobody's year. Nobody claim it. Otherwise, we'll all get fucked.
2020 was supposed to be everybody's year.
Yeah. And look at what happened.
2 years just bled together into a blob.
We all got way too greedy. And that's what happened. So Yeah, we'll see you guys next year on the what's
The third?
the third. Yeah, so yeah, on the third we will be doing our probably yearly tradition of doing the best and worst.
Probably. You literally just told him that's what we are doing. You
Well,
said probably.
Hey.
Take this fucking sucker stick out of your mouth.
it's 9:54 at night, and I had a long day at work.
This
And
episode was only supposed to be 10 minutes long. That's 40 minutes.
yeah, hey, it's a drive to work and a little bit home.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.